Welcome to art again this week. I hope you had a great spring break. We had a lot of fun, so I wanted to show you some of the fun that we've had. And Miss Liz is going to hand me. This is our cat. He is really big and fat. Look at this belly. His name is Jack. I wanted to show him to you because I show you our other friend, Penny, all the time. Here is our Penny. Isn't she sweet? Say hi, Penny. There you go. Now, here's my last new friend that we just got. This is Copper. This is Penny's little baby brother. Isn't he cute? He's a lot of work and he runs around like a crazy person all the time. But he's lots of fun. Here you go. So I just had to show you my new friends that I got during spring break. Jack we've had a long time, but Copper is new. So I had to show you my new friend. All right, so let's get started in art this week. So far we've done art in nature, and we've done some art in books, and in class we've done art in music. We've done all different kinds of art. Art is everywhere around us. Another thing that we can do with art is art in food. Now I'm really excited because since from the art show, we weren't gonna be able to do art and food with the art show because I couldn't have you guys make food. It would go bad by the time the art show happened. So we are very lucky that we get to do this now that we are at home. Now lots of people make art with food all the time. They're usually called chefs or they're bakers. Now Mrs. Lewin is a baker. She's not a professional baker, but she loves to bake. Mrs. Lewin loves to make cookies and cakes and breads. And every year at Christmas time, I have a huge cookie party for Christmas. And I make lots of different kinds of cookies. I even make a penny-shaped cookie, and I use my penny cookie cutter. And I have a dog biscuit, looks like a little bone. I have stars that I make. I actually have so many cookie cutters. I have 4 bins filled with cookie cutters just like this. I have houses, and I have gingerbread, and I have Christmas ornaments. I have all different kinds. I have a really big fat cat, like our big fat cat Jack. So I have lots of those, and I love to make them. I also like to make bread. Mr. Sluin made this bread for me yesterday, so I could show you today in art class. So I use things like this. This is a mixer. I bet your moms and dads might have one of these. There's some that have a hand mixer, and they have beaters on it that look like this, and they spin around really fast, and people use those to make art with food. You can also use it to make dinner. So you can take a chicken and make it look like art. Isn't that crazy? There's all kinds of things that you can do with food to make it look like art. So a lot of people like to do this because it makes them feel good to make food for other people. Like when your mom is cooking in your kitchen, she's doing it because she loves you and she wants you to have a healthy life. So a part of making food and doing art with food is that you're doing it for other people, which is a wonderful thing to do, okay? Now Mrs. Sloan is gonna show you some examples of things that you can do with making art with food. So you can make sandwiches look like art. You can make pizzas look like art. You can put like a face on a pizza. You do cake. You can do a cookie. You can do a dinner spread. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make your food look like art. So I'm going to show you some examples, and then when you come back, we're going to talk about what we have to do to prepare to make some art, okay? Over spring break, Mrs. Lewin found this fabulous TV show called The Great British Baking Show, which has inspired our art project for this week. These are the penny cookies that I make at Christmas time, and I have fat Jack Cat cookies too. Here are my stars, and they're decorated with gold glitter. These are some candy canes and some snowflakes that I make for my cookie party as well. Now, I have a cousin who is a professional cake baker, and this is one of her cakes that she makes. Here's another one, and she did this for a birthday. Doesn't it look like a real shoe? Now, this one is from the Great British Bake Off. This is one they made to look like a chicken, and another one that made to look like a little sheep. Isn't it cute? I absolutely loved it. And here's one for my fox friends, a fox cake. Those are cookies that are the foxes. Cakes can be big or they can be really teeny tiny too. So they can be anything. Now here is some sandwich art. This is a butterfly made with little hearts. This is a funny face guy. Oh, I love him with a little apple slice. He's fantastic. And these look like little monsters with pickles for eyeballs and cheese for teeth. And this sandwich even has glasses. Isn't that great? Here's one made with just fruit, and it's an owl for my owl friends. And again, another sheep made with bananas and grapes. Isn't it cute? All right, my artists. So look at all that inspiration that I showed you, okay? So first things first, before you start doing your art with food, just like in art class, we have to get prepared. So if we're going to be making a mess, we want to put on an apron. Just like in art class, we put on a smock. Mrs. Lewin is going to put on an apron, okay? So that way, if I'm baking, I don't get stuff all over my clothes. Because you know Mrs. Lewin, she really gets into her art, and she gets arted on all the time. So this keeps my clothes from getting too messy. Just like when you wear a smock when you're in art class, all right? Second thing is, you have to wash your hands. It's very important that your hands are nice and clean when you're making food for people. Because otherwise, you get germs in the food, and we don't want that, right? So I'm gonna rub my fingers and rub my fingers together like this. And I'm gonna rub the backs of my hands really well and rub my wrists really well. Because sometimes when I'm making cookies, my dough gets up on my wrist because I'm really messy, right? When I do my art, Mrs. Lewin likes getting into her art, right? So I've got my hands nice and clean, and then I'm gonna rinse them off. There we go. All right, so Mrs. Lewin is ready. And the nice thing about having an apron on, I can wipe my hands on it too. It's very handy. All right, now I'm ready to make my food. So I want you guys to make art in your food this week. You don't have to do it today. You can think about it for a few days if you want to. But I want you to make some art and food. And I want you to make it for somebody in your family. So if you have like a little brother or a big sister, you can make them a sandwich or make them some cookies. Or even make it for your mom or your dad, but make sure you have permission before you start taking food, okay? And make sure you have permission and you have somebody watching you using things in your kitchen if you're using a mixer or if you're using a stove or anything like that, okay? Just so you stay safe, all right? I miss all of you so very much. I hope you had a great spring break and the Easter Bunny brought you lots of goodies, and I cannot wait to see your food with art, all right? Love you. Mwah! Bye.